Hello and a very warm welcome to this video. Now in this video we're going to start a brand new series on the channel called Fundamentals of QuickBooks, and in this first episode we're going to tackle one of the most important parts of QuickBooks Online, and that's the navigation. So let's roll the VT and make sure we know exactly how to get along with QuickBooks Online. Hello, my name is Aaron Patrick. I am a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer with fancy new logo, that QuickBooks chap on the internet, head of accounts here at Bookkeeping, and also your friendly podcast who goes live each and every Monday morning, 8:30 AM for Ask the Accountant. Now in today's video, we're going to be looking at the very world of navigation. But before we get into navigation, let's first understand exactly what QuickBooks Online is. QuickBooks Online is ultimately a bookkeeping solution based directly in the cloud, which means it doesn't matter where you are in the world, as long as you've got an active internet connection, you can get access to your data through a laptop or even through the phone using a dedicated app, through an iPad. I've even done it in VR. But ultimately what it means is you're going to have access to the most important parts of your business anyway in the world, as long as you have that active internet connection. And you can have multiple people using it as well. Maybe that's multiple people in your team, or what we find here at Boffix so important is the fact that we, as the accountant, can go in and look after our clients and make sure that we have their best interest in hand. Now, QuickBooks Online. Let's have a look at the website. From here, you can see what the plans and pricing options are. Now, the plans and pricing is basically which version of QuickBooks and what sweeties and toys you want to have with it. You can start off at the very beginning, which is self-employed, which is a standalone product. So personally, I think it's only designed for the very, very smallest of businesses and anyone with no inkling of needing VAT whatsoever. Then when you go into the next one, Simple Start, you then have an option to have the full version of QuickBooks, but with the least amount of features. The best thing is though, you can go from Simple Start to Essentials, which is your next step up, Plus, Advanced, or you can even come back down from Plus, Advanced, Simple Start, and you can keep going backwards and forwards. As long as you go from this line here, then anything after this line, you can go up and down and upgrade and degrade. But anything below that line, you're kind of stuck on there with a migration plan due at some point, but not live at this time of recording. What features do you have though? Well, in all of them, you have the opportunity to do one of the most important things, which is add your bank account. In all of them, you can send invoices, and in all of them, you can record expenses. But basically, the more you go up the lines, the more extra features you have. So you can see here that as soon as I start going from Simple Start to Essentials, I can start tracking employee time. I can accept and make payments in different currencies. And as I start going up, I can start managing stock. I can start looking at projects. I can look at budgets. And if I go all the way to the advanced version, I just get a whole load of new features, which include batch invoicing, customized user permissions, automated workflows, reminders, and the list goes on. Now, we've done a whole video on looking at the different types, but ultimately you need to be making sure you're one of these four versions: Simple Start, Essentials, Plus, and Advanced. With that then, we can start our first lesson, which is navigation. Now, when it comes to navigation, we have to start off with the dashboard. I love the dashboard in QuickBooks Online. The dashboard is the place where you get to get that information taken straight to you. Over here, I can see how my bank accounts are doing. Now, this is demo data, so lots and lots of information here. Yours will be a lot less busy than this one. But ultimately, you can see how much I've got in my bank account at any one point, what the QuickBooks balance is, what my bank balance is in real life using real-time information, and when it was last updated. Clearly, I've got to get this updated pretty soon. Because as you can see here, my two bank balances and my in QuickBooks, my bank balance are the same. As I go through the rest of my dashboard, I can see a nice little profit and loss and how I'm doing, a breakdown of my expenses. I can see what invoices and what might be overdue, and I can go look at what apps are connected. All of this we're going to go in a lot more detail throughout the rest of the series, but for now, it's just really important that this dashboard is giving me information that I need to know. On the left hand side, I've also got the new button. So with the new button, at any point you can go and add a new transaction. And we're going to see these transactions throughout the series, but just how convenient is it that you press that new button and you can go to customer, supplies, team or other and start adding transactions in QuickBooks Online. We like it when it's nice and easy for things to do. The rest of the left-hand navigation is all about giving you our different modules. So for example, the transaction module is all about going into things like your bank statements and receipts and reconcile. Sales is where your customers are going to be, expenses is where your suppliers are going to be, and then the report section is where you're going to get all that wonderful reporting. We also have an option for projects, payroll if you want to do payroll, and there's a whole taxes section to making sure that you get the most out of QuickBooks Online. But the best thing about all this is I can use the menu button at the bottom and I can customize this menu to my heart's content. Move things around, take things away. I have the control and power to make sure that left-hand navigation is exactly how I need it to be, including the opportunity to put bookmarks in there so that I can go through. Maybe I want to be making sure that I go straight to my rules section, press save, means now under my bookmarks area, I can go straight to my rules at any point I need to. So that's the left-hand navigation. If you don't need to see the left-hand navigation, use this little mini hamburger button at the top here. Disappears the left-hand navigation. You get more real estate. You can see more of your data. On the right-hand side though, well, first of all, we have our own little area for our user. That's when we do things like make sure our email's correct, things like that. Next to it is our company cog. Now the company cog or settings button is so important to us. This is the area where we're going to go into QuickBooks and we're going to make some critical changes. For example, this is where accounts and settings are hidden. And this accounts and settings is where you can go and change all of the features in QuickBooks Online to make sure it's right for you and your business. It's also the place where manage users are. And manage users is important because when we go to manage users, that's when you get to set who can see the data and who can't. So we can see what users we have in, and included, we can see what accountants we have access to as well. To add a new user, dead straightforward, use the add user button, right hand side. You put your first name, last name and email in there, then choose what role they are, and you can look at what the role descriptions are just here. But ultimately, you're then going to give them an email address, send it over to them, they put a password in, and then depending on what role you give them, they will then be able to go in and see the data in QuickBooks Online. Again, did I mention it was cloud-based? That's why it's so straightforward, because then they just get access to QuickBooks at any point in time. Top right hand corner, we have our notification bell. That's going to let you know if anything new is happening in QuickBooks, anything you should be aware of. We've got our search bar. One thing I like about the search bar is that it's not just an opportunity for you to search for an item, which is always what a search bar is useful for, right? But actually, the thing that makes it even more powerful is the recent transactions. It's going to give you your 10 most recent transactions. So if you just put a transaction in and gone, did I put the right date for that one? It's going to be dead straightforward. You look, find that transaction, and if you need to, you can even click into it directly from here. It's going to take you to that transaction, and you can make that adjustment if you need to. And then there is the help bar. Help bar is really, really powerful. From here, you can go in and ask a question using the little search bar up here, and AI is going to try and help as much as it possibly can. Or use the contact us button to go in, say what your problem is. Like a question like this. I think QuickBooks is better than Xero. Oh, I best put an exclamation mark. And then as soon as you press the continue button, what will happen is it will give you some options. First of all, it's going to be looking through and finding options that maybe someone's already asked a question, taking direct to community, or it's going to give you the opportunity to chat with someone directly there. So you have the opportunity to talk to someone, and a nice little box will pop up and you can talk to a person there. Or you can have the option to have a callback. And when you do the callback option just here, that gives you the chance to be able to go and talk to someone on the phone. And that's your navigation. You've got help options, you've got your settings options, and you've got options on that left-hand navigation to find all the way around QuickBooks. But join me in this series as we go through and we look at some of those items on that left-hand side in a lot more detail so that you can have confidence in what you're doing with QuickBooks. My name's been Patrick. Let me know in the comments below, what would you like to see in this series? Is there any particular topics you want to make sure to get covered? Use the option below, use the comment, and let me know. And the more likes and the more people who subscribe, the quicker we're going to get through this particular series. So join me on this little adventure as we go and explore the wonderful world of QuickBooks. We do a little 101 and make sure that you know everything there is to know about QuickBooks Online. My name is Patrick. I am the QuickBooks chap, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Hello and welcome to this new series.
Hello and welcome to this video. Hello and welcome to this video. Hello and welcome to this video.
Hello and welcome to this video.
Hello and welcome to this video. Alright, let's get it set. Let's do this.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yes, I'm aware we go live every Monday.
The next generation is about everyone else that missed it.
Yeah. So alright, you've told us what you love about the industry, but what would you change about the industry?
Where do I start?
During that period of time, where did everyone turn to? Their accountant, their advisor, their bookkeeper, and you all did phenomenal work for small business.